Okay, thanks for joining. We're going to do another lunchtime social distancing story time. Apparently that was a tongue twister for me. Social distancing story time. Okay, you ready? First book, 10 Little Fingers and 10 Little Toes, by Mem Fox and Helen Oxenbury. Okay? There was one little baby who was born far away, and another who was born on the very next day. And both of these babies, as everyone knows, had
10 little fingers and 10 little toes.
There was one little baby who was born in a town, and another who was wrapped in an eiderdown. And both of these babies, as everyone knows,
has 10 little fingers and 10 little toes.
Should we count?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 little fingers. Should we count toes?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 little toes. There was one little baby who was born in the hills, and another who suffered from sneezes and chills. And both of these babies, as everyone knows,
Have 10
little fingers and 10 little toes. There was one little baby who was born on the ice, and another in a tent who was just as nice. And both of these babies, as everyone knows,
has 10 little fingers and 10 little toes.
those swings look like fun. Good for counting toes. But the next baby born was truly divine, a sweet little child who was mine, all mine. And this little baby, as everyone knows, has 10 little fingers. Can I see your little fingers, Evie? Can you put them right here? Can you show me your little fingers? Show me all 10 of them. 10 little fingers. Do you have little toes? Whoop! Little toes, little toes. 10 little fingers and 10 little toes
10.
and 3 little kisses on the tip of her nose. Can I give you a kiss, please?
10.
1, 2, 3.
Hello, the book.
Yep. Okay, what's the next book?
Brown Bear, Brown Bear.
No, The Bear Snores On by Karma Wilson and Jane Chapman. We should find Brown Bear, though. We have it.
Whoa.
In a cave in the woods, in his deep, dark... There we go. In a cave in the woods, in his deep, dark lair, through the long, cold winter, slept a great brown bear. Cuddled in a heap, with his eyes shut tight, he sleeps through the day, he sleeps through the night.
I want to see the book.
You can see the book, honey. The cold winds howl, and the night sounds growl, but the bear snores on. An itty-bitty mouse pitter-patter tiptoes, creep-crawls in the cave from the fluff-cold snow. Mouse squeaks, too damp, too dank, too dark.
Hey, that's fire.
It is fire. So he lights wee twigs with a small hot spark.
Why if you look at a fire?
Because he wants to warm up. The coals pip-pop, but the wind doesn't stop, and the bear snores on. 2 glowing eyes sneak peek in the den. Mouse cries, "Who's here?" And Hare hops in. "Ho, Mouse," says Hare, "long time no see." So they pop white corn and they brew black tea. Did you girls have popcorn today? Yep. Mouse sips wee sips, Hare burps big burps. But the bear snores on. A badger scuttles by, snuffs at the air. "I smell yummy yums. Perhaps we can share." "I've brought honey nuts," Badger says with a grin. "Let's divvy them up, cozy down and dig in." And they nibble and they munch with a chew-chomp crunch. But the bear snores on. A gopher and a mole tunnel up through the floor. Then a wren and a raven flutter in through the door. Mole mutters, "What a sight!" "What a storm!" twitters wren. And everybody clutters in the great bear's den. They tweet and they titter, they chat and they chitter, but the bear snores on. In a cave in the woods, a slumbering bear sleeps through the party in his very own lair. Hare stokes the fire, mouse seasons stew. Then a small pepper fleck makes the bear achoo. He blows and he sneezes, and the whole crowd freezes. And the bear wakes up. The bear gnarls and he snarls. Bear roars and he rumbles. Bear jumps and he stomps. Bear growls and he grumbles. You've snuck in my lair and you've all had fun, but me, I was sleeping, and I had none. And he whimpers, and he moans, and he wails, and he groans, and the bear blubbers on. Mouse squeaks, don't fret, don't fuss, look, see, we can pop more corn, we can brew more tea. Bear gulps, bear gobbles, he sighs with delight. Then he spins tall tales through the blustery night. When the sun peeks up on a crisp, clear dawn, Bear can't sleep, but his friends snore on. Okay. We've got another wintry book here. This is very fancy. Front of the book. Can you see the deer moving on the front? This is the special snowflake edition. It's a photo book. It's not illustrated.
Can I see the snowman move?
The snowman doesn't move. The deer does, though. Can you see the deer moving? The deer bends down, and what's the deer doing? Is he eating the snowman's carrot nose?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is called Stranger in the Woods by Carl R. Sams and Jean Stoick.
Can I see him move?
Mm-hmm. He reaches down, and then he stands up with the carrot, and then he reaches down to bite it. Okay, so let's see what this story's about. This book is for those who protect wild places and to the snowman that lives in every child's heart. Do you guys like to make snowmen? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We didn't have a very good winter for it this year, though. The snowflakes were resting after their twisting, twirling dance through the crisp night air. Every twig in the forest wore a new coat of glimmering white. Daybreak came softly moving through the woods and yawning as its rays slowly stretched across the snowy meadows. Stranger in the woods! Stranger in the woods! Take care! Take care! The blue jays called, warning from high on the tops of the tall oaks. Do you hear the jays calling? Mother Doe spoke softly to her fawn. Yes, he whispered. I always listen to the birds, the wind blowing through the trees, the rustling of the leaves, and all the sounds of the woods. Stranger in the woods! Who's in the woods? Where did the jays say? Where is he? Asked the owl of many questions. Cuckoo, could that be him? Asked the mourning dove. There, beyond the old apple tree. Follow the snow trail past the pond to where the meadow begins. Not far at all. Who's in the woods? Why is he here? When did the stranger come? Asked the owl of many questions. I've been here since early morning, before the first pale light on the eastern sky, said the munching muskrat. No stranger came this way. No one passed by my pond. Can you see the muskrat?
Yeah.
An owl? Look at the owl's big wings.
Why is the owl angry?
Oh, I don't think he's angry. Sometimes owls' eyes just look like that. I think he's trying to squint and look to see if he sees the stranger.
I can't see the owl over here.
Yeah, he's up there. He kind of blends in. It's a snowy owl. I followed the snow trail under the light of the winter moon, answered the buck. He was not there during the night. That I am sure. Can you see the big buck? How many points does he have on his horns? Can we count?
I want you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's his buck?
Huh?
Where's his buck?
Where's the buck?
Yeah.
That's this big deer right here. As the animals moved through the snowy forest...
Mommy, I want you.
Okay, have a bite of your lunch, honey. Nope. Have a bite of your lunch, please. Guys, sweetheart, can you be quiet? Okay. As the animals moved through the snowy forest, they came to the edge of the meadow. The frightened doe stomped her hoof and snorted. Where is he? Where is he? Can you see him? Yes, I do see him, chattered the squirrel. Someone needs to go and check him out. Who will go? Who will go see? Asked the owl of many questions. Now don't be looking at me. I'm much too busy chewing on my antler, sputtered the porcupine. You'll not be volunteering me, no siree, said the scared rabbit. Is he watching me? Howdy-dee-dee, it's me, the chickadee-dee-dee. I will go take the lead. I'm the smallest. I can scamper quickly. I'll do it. I'll make a tunnel under the snow where only I can go, creeping in closer to get a look quietly, just like a mouse, said the little mouse. And then who's this? Let it be me. Let me go, volunteered the fawn. I can do it. I know I can. I am the strongest and the biggest, said the young buck. I should go first. I can fly faster, chirped the cardinal. But I can run like lightning, and I have antlers, boasted the buck. But I am red, announced the cardinal, not knowing what else to say. That's a pretty good argument, right? I don't know. What are they going to see? Evie, you can't do the tapping.
Why can't I?
Because I asked you not to, please. What are you waiting for? I'm there already, dee-dee-dee, exclaimed the chickadee-dee-dee. Gee, said the chickadee-dee. There are nuts and seeds on his hat for you and me. This stranger is friendly. Come see, there's plenty.
This isn't Finding Nemo.
Look.
It isn't Finding Nemo.
Okay, let's look. Look. Are there seeds for the birdies and nuts and a carrot?
What?
I can see there's something for you, said the buck. Could it be there's something for me? My nose is leading me to corn buried beneath the snow. Oh, are they eating snacks? Snowman snacks?
Yeah.
I found a treat that I can eat, said the young doe as she reached out to the stranger. Whoa, a carrot. Do I have to share it? What is this? Questioned the fawn as he passed a curious object in the snow. Could it be there's more than one stranger in the woods? What does he see?
It's a glove.
It's a glove. Where did that come from?
Okay.
We'll see.
Why can't you eat it?
Well, because it's a glove. Do you eat gloves?
No.
No. After the corn was gone, the animals left on the snow trail one by one and disappeared into the winter woods. It was the chickadee who took the last seed and flew away. The snowman stood alone, but only for a short time.
The little sister and the older brother are going back.
They have eaten everything, even the carrot nose, whispered the little sister, peeking out from behind the evergreens. Let's put out more seeds and corn before they come back, encouraged the brother. The animals will never know we were here. Oh. How long will we feed them? She asked. For a long, long time, he replied. After the snow has gone and the snowman has melted away, until the frogs start to sing and the trees grow new leaves. I think they like the carrots best. The end. Spelled out in carrot.
Mommy, I want to read The Incredibles.
The Incredibles? Okay, let's read The Incredibles.
I have lots of stickers on.
Many lots of stickers?
Yeah, I used my sister's stickers on it in a purple book.
Oh, this is very well decorated.
Did I ask you not to?
Oh, okay.
I'm
In the golden age of supers, heroes with amazing powers protected citizens everywhere. One of the best was the unbelievably strong Mr. Incredible. Crash! Screech! Look, he's stopping a train. He is strong. Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl, and the other supers did their best to help people. But because superpowers sometimes led to super accidents, many people decided they didn't want protection anymore. The golden age ended. The supers had to retire.
Why did they, Mommy?
Because there were some super accidents that were happening. Happily, Mr. Incredible married Elastigirl, though they were called Bob and Helen Parr.
Why is he mad? Why is that guy mad?
Well, let's find out. We'll keep reading. Years passed, and the couple had...
No, I need to tell you why it's...
Okay, why is he mad?
Because he threw his boss into walls.
That's right, he threw his boss through the walls. Yeah.
Yep.
Years passed, and the couple had 3 children, but the Parr family had their troubles at work, at school,
He did a pretty good song.
even at home. The 2 oldest Parr children had superpowers too. Violet, Vi for short, could make force fields and become invisible.
Hey, is Vi the one who's the blue super suit?
And Dash had super speed. Like their parents, they weren't supposed to use their superpowers either. Only the baby Jack seemed normal.
And he's dropping avocado all over his tray.
He is dropping avocado all over his tray. Trying to live an ordinary life was hard for everyone, especially Bob. Years of sitting behind a desk had left him unhappy and out of shape. Boy, do I know about that, zing. So, when a mysterious woman named Mirage secretly contacted Bob, he was happy to go on a mission again as Mr. Incredible. Dressed in his old super suit, Bob flew with Mirage to a tiny island, but told his family he was going on a business trip.
What's this right here? Is that my cat?
Yeah. Shh. Mr. Incredible's mission was to defeat an out-of-control robot. Wham! Bam! It wasn't easy, but Mr. Incredible managed to shut down the robot. Mirage said her boss was pleased, and he would be hiring Mr. Incredible again. When Bob returned home, things changed. Instead of going to work, he started working out. His old friend Edna Mode even made him a new super suit.
Why?
Well, because he wants to be fashionable.
Why does he?
Well, maybe his old one didn't fit. When Mirage called again, Mr. Incredible was ready. He flew to the island.
Old one doesn't fit.
Well, sometimes you change shape as you get older. He flew to the island.
Why does he have not much hair?
Sometimes that happens when you get older too. Sometimes you lose your hair.
What? Well, I didn't get older.
Oh yeah, you're growing more hair as you get older. He flew to the island.
You.
Like me. He flew to the island to battle the out-of-control robot once more. But this time, the robot won. A man in a super suit flew into view. Buddy? Mr. Incredible asked, recognizing the man. Long ago, a young buddy had wanted to be a super, but back then Mr. Incredible hadn't wanted his help. I work alone, he had told the boy. My name isn't Buddy anymore. I'm Syndrome, declared the man. Now a bitter villain, Syndrome invented weapons and had a secret plan for his undefeatable robot.
He's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy, but first he needed to get rid of Mr. Incredible for good.
Why is he a bad guy?
Because he was a little bit sad.
Why is he a little bit sad?
Hey, sweetheart, let's sit in your chair.
Why is he a little bit sad?
Because Mr. Incredible didn't want his help.
Why?
Luckily, Mr. Incredible escaped and hid in a cave where he saw the word Kronos carved out on the wall. He wondered what it meant. Mr. Incredible sneaked into the fortress that held Syndrome's... Eve, you gotta stop that, honey. Held Syndrome's control room. He typed the word Kronos.
What's this book?
Honey, you'll see it in a minute, okay? But you gotta wait. Which then revealed the villain's plan. It turned out that Syndrome was sending his robot to attack the city. Syndrome planned to defeat the robot himself using a remote control so that he would look like a super.
Why?
Okay. Let's take a little break. Come here, Eve. You gotta sit, buddy. You gotta sit.
don't want it.
Well,
Move your chair right here so you can be.
You want to sit right here with me? Okay, how about that? You sit right here. You're not going to be able to see the pictures as well, though.
I would like to. Why? Why am
Well,
I?
because I'm turning the pictures so that the people can see it on the camera. Blam!
Why would you
Well, then maybe you should sit where you were sitting before, sweetheart.
Well, I wanted you to, so I can see.
I can't hold you and the book, sweetheart. It doesn't work that way.
Why?
All right, how about this? Come with me. We're going to take a trip. Pause on the book. We're going to take a walk into the living room. Come here, Eve. Come with me. Come with me, kiddo. All right, Star, you want to come meet us in the living room? Okay. Do. Intermission in The Incredibles. Do. Do. All right. Can we find a place to put this? So they don't see us. You know? All right. We'll hold it here for us. Here we go. All right.
Excuse me. I just need a pass.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Down a little bit. Come here. Come here, Eve. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Eve, you gotta sit like this, okay? Blam! Meanwhile, Helen found out that Edna had made Bob and the entire family new super suits. Completely bulletproof, Edna said, proudly demonstrating Jack's suit. And machine washable, that's a new feature.
What?
Bob's retired. I'm retired, insisted Helen. Then Helen learned that Bob wasn't really on a business trip. Edna explained that each suit also had a tracking device.
Why do you say that? I just couldn't say the things.
I don't know. So you don't know where he is? Would you like to find out? Edna asked.
Why can you do that sound?
As Helen activated the device, Mr. Incredible, sweetheart, come on. Mr. Incredible's suit began to make noises. Beep, beep, beep. The sound alerted Syndrome's security system. Big sticky blobs attacked Mr. Incredible and captured him. Luckily, help was on the way. Helen had decided to fly a plane to the island, asking Vi to babysit. But when the kids discovered their new super suits, they realized that something was going on and wanted to be a part of it. Vi got another babysitter for Jack, and she and Dash sneaked aboard the plane. As they neared the island, Syndrome's missile shot down their plane. Boom! Trapped, Mr. Incredible watched helplessly as the plane went down. He knew his family was on board and feared the worst. Syndrome laughed. You'll get over it. I seem to recall that you prefer to work alone.
Yeah, he works alone.
By working together, though, Helen and the kids survived the crash and made it to the island. Helen told her children to stay hidden while she went to look for their father. If anything goes wrong, use your powers, she instructed. Things did go wrong. The children soon found themselves using their superpowers to try to escape from Syndrome's guards. Uh-oh. Meanwhile, Helen rescued Bob.
Hey, that's the one.
That's one of his guards. The two escaped the fortress.
That's
I thought I'd never see you again, Bob exclaimed, relieved that his family had survived the crash. The family met up in the jungle. It didn't take long for them to take care of the guards. Working together, they were an incredible team. Bam! Whoosh! Oof! But Syndrome captured the family with his Moby Ray. He left them trapped. He left them trapped while he flew to the city to carry out his plan to look like a hero. Fortunately, the Moby Ray was no match for Vi's force field. She used her powers to escape and free her family. They needed to race to the city to stop Syndrome. Helen led her family to the aircraft hangar, hoping to find a jet. A jet isn't fast enough, argued Mr. Incredible. How about a rocket? Dash said, pointing to one. By now, Syndrome's robot was destroying the city as the villain had planned. But when Syndrome tried to stop the robot with his remote control, the robot knocked him out and blasted the remote control off his wrist. The robot was truly out of control. When the Incredibles reached the city, Bob wanted to face the robot alone.
I can't lose you again, he told Helen. I'm not strong enough. If we work together, you won't have to be, she promised. Screech! Helen was right.
Did Dad say that?
Well, that's what the mummy said. But they're all working together.
Mommy said that?
Mm-hmm.
Why did the mommy say that?
Together with the help from their super friend.
Why did the mommy say that?
I don't know, honey. Together with their super...
Well, actually, big sister said that.
Okay, I think it was the mummy. Super friend Frozone. They defeated the robot.
Mommy's dad to mommy.
They defeated the robot for good. Hooray! Everyone cheered. The supers were back. I love our family, Dash declared happily. That was the best vacation ever, he added. But when the Pars returned home, they found out that Syndrome had kidnapped Jack Jack. As the villain flew off, he discovered Jack Jack did have superpowers. Startled, he dropped the monster baby. Ah! Thank you. Bob threw Helen into the air, and she caught their son, who turned back into his normal self. Mommy's got you, she cooed softly as she floated to the ground. Meanwhile, Syndrome's cape became caught in the jet engine. The plane exploded, and Syndrome was gone. Though other villains would cause trouble in the future, the Pars were ready for it. They were truly an incredible family. All right. Okay, now we've got the house on East 88th Street.
And then can you do the next truck?
This is the house on East 88th Street. It's empty now, but it won't be for long. Strange sounds come from the house. Can you hear them? Listen. Swish, swash, splash, swoosh.
What's that one?
Oh, I don't know. It began one sunny morning when the citywide storage and moving company truck pulled up to the house on East 88th Street and unloaded the belongings of Mr. and Mrs. Joseph F. Prim and their young son, Joshua. It was a trying day for everyone. Mrs. Prim just couldn't decide where to put the piano, and Mr. Prim's favorite pipe was accidentally packed away in one of dozens of cartons lying about. Swish, swash, splash, swoosh. Loudly and clearly, the sounds now rumbled through the house. It's only a little thunder, Mrs. Prim assured everyone.
Why is it thunder?
Well, let's see. When a citywide storage and moving man carried...
thunder?
Evie, listen.
Why is it thunder then?
Just listen, honey.
Why is it thunder?
Carried their potted pistachio tree. Everyone
thunder?
rejoiced.
Why is it
She
thunder?
thinks it's thunder because it's a loud noise. Let's see what happens, okay? When a citywide storage and moving man carried in their potted pistachio tree, everyone rejoiced. The truck was...
Why does he think it's a loud
It is a loud noise, Evie. Sweetheart, let's just try and listen to the story,
and
okay?
Why is it thunder?
We'll see what it is, okay?
What?
I don't know. That's just what she
thunder.
says. That's just what she says, honey. Let's listen.
I think it's thunder.
Okay. When a citywide storage and moving man carried in their potted pistachio tree, everyone rejoiced. The truck was at last... Eve, I'm reading the book.
You do it.
I'm reading the book, sweetheart. Can you listen, please? Okay.
Why were you laughing?
Because you're being crazy. The truck was at last empty. The movers wished them well and hurried off to their next job for the day. Now I'm going to prepare our lunch, said Mrs. Prim. But first, I want to go upstairs and wash these grimy hands. Swish, swash, splash, swoosh. A puzzled Mrs. Prim stopped to listen. By and by, her ears directed her to the bathroom door. What can it be? She asked herself.
What could it be then?
What she saw made her slam it quickly shut.
What?
Mrs. Prim knew she was going to scream and just waited for it to happen. But she couldn't scream.
Why?
She could scarcely even talk. The most Mrs. Prim was able to manage was the sharp, hoarse whisper of a voice, which she used to call Mr. Prim. Joseph, she said, there's a crocodile in our bathtub.
Why?
Mr. Prim looked into the bathroom.
Why is there?
I don't know. Let's find out. That's a big crocodile.
Why?
The next moment found them flying off in different directions.
That crocodile cannot fit in the tub.
Help! Help! Mrs. Prim cried as she struggled with a window stuck with fresh paint. Operator, operator, Mr. Prim shouted into the telephone, and then he remembered it was not yet connected.
What?
Joshua, who had heard everything, raced to the front door to be greeted there by an oddly dressed man who handed him a note. "This will explain everything about the crocodile," said the man, leaving quietly but swiftly. Apologies for my Italian accent. Mr. Prim read the note. "Please be kind to my crocodile. He is the most gentle of creatures. He would not do harm to a flea. He must have tender, loving care, for he is an artist and can perform many good tricks. Perhaps he will perform some for you. I shall return. Cordially, Hector P. Valenti, star of stage and screen. P.S. He will only eat the Turkish caviar. P.P.S. His name is Lyle." "Turkish caviar indeed," exclaimed Mrs. Prim. "Oh, to think this could happen on East 88th Street. Whatever will we do with him?" Suddenly, before anyone could think of a worthy answer, there was Lyle. And just as suddenly, he got a hold of a ball that had been lying among Joshua's belongings and began to balance it on his nose and roll it down the notches of his spine. Now he was walking on his front feet and taking flying leaps. Now he was twirling Joshua's hoop, doing it so expertly that the Prims just had to clap their hands and laugh. Lyle bowed appreciatively.
Why is he colored with paint?
I don't know. He had won his way into their hearts and into their new home.
Oh, but that's why he's yellow. So that's why he's on the spinny thing. That's why he's yellow. Good.
"Every home should have a crocodile," said Mrs. Prim one day. "Lyle is one of the family now. He loves helping out with chores.
Why
He won't allow anyone else to carry out old newspapers or take in the milk. He folds towels, feeds the bird, and when he sets the table, there's always a surprise. I only had to show him once how to make up a bed. People everywhere stop to talk with him. They say he is the nicest crocodile they've ever met. Lyle likes to play in the park. He always goes once around in the pony cart. And now he's learned to eat something beside Turkish caviar." What's he eating? Italian ice? Mm-hmm. "Lyle is a good sport. Everyone wants him to play on his side. He is wonderful company. We take him everywhere. We just give him his Turkish caviar and his bed of warm water, and he is happy as a bird." Hey, Evie, watch out, sweetheart. You're a little bit in the way of the book. One day, a brass band paraded past the house on East 88th Street. The Prim family rushed to the window to watch. They called for Lyle. "Whoop! You okay, honey?" But there was no answer. "You want to come sit with me?" "Well, it was kind of hard, Eve. You're kind of throwing yourself all over the place, okay?" "Look," someone pointed out. "It's Lyle. He's in the parade." There was Lyle and Eve, trying to imitate Lyle apparently, doing his specialty of somersault, flying leaps, walking on front feet, and taking bows just as he did the first day they laid eyes on him. The people watching cheered him on, while Lyle smiled back at them and blew kisses. A photographer was on hand.
The crocodile.
Yeah, a photographer was on hand to take pictures. Oh, the next day, Lyle was famous. The telephone rang.
Why Lyle the crocodile? He loves green, so that's why he's green, so I love green too.
Oh, are you a crocodile? Because you love green? Interesting. The telephone rang continually, and bundles of mail were dropped off by the door. One letter was from someone Lyle knew particularly well. Mrs. Prim read it. "Just a few words to say I shall return. Cordially, Hector P. Valenti, star of stage and screen. P.S. Very soon. P.P.S. To fetch him a crocodile." Several days later, Mrs. Prim and Lyle were in the kitchen shelling peas when they heard a knocking at the door. It was Hector P. Valenti, star of stage and screen. "I have come for Lyle," announced Signor Valenti. "You can't have Lyle," cried Mrs. Prim. "He's very happy living here and we love him dearly." "Lyle must be returned to me."
Why is sad?
Because he loves the Prim family.
Why does he?
Well, let's listen. "Lyle must be returned to me," insisted Signor Valenti.
Sad too?
Because he loves Lyle. Okay,
Why does
Evie,
he
let's
love
listen.
Lyle? Why does he?
Because they're friends, sweetheart. Was it another I who raised him from a young crocodilehood? Evie, honey, stop just trying to listen. Just chill out.
Boy, why is he says?
He doesn't want to leave. Guys, chill out.
Why is this guy sad?
Because he doesn't want Lyle to leave. Come on.
Why?
Eve, just listen and we'll see, okay?
Why?
Eve, was it another I who raised him from young crocodilehood? Was it another I who taught him his bag of tricks? We have appeared together on stages the world over. But why then did you leave him alone in a strange house? Asked Mrs. Prim. Because, answered Signor Valenti, I could no longer afford to pay for his Turkish caviar. But now Lyle is famosa, and we shall be very rich. Mrs. Prim was saddened, but she knew Lyle properly belonged to Signor Valenti, and she had to let him go. It was a tearful parting for everyone. Signor Valenti had big plans for Lyle. They were to travel far and wide, stay in many hotels, and sometimes the tubs were too big, other times too small, or too crowded. Who's in that tub with him? Signor Valenti. Oh boy. Signor Valenti did what he could to coax a smile from Lyle. He tried making funny faces at him. He stood on his head. He tickled his toes and told him uproarious stories that in happier times would have had Lyle doubled over with laughter. But Lyle could not laugh, nor could he
Why could he not laugh?
Well, because he was sad.
Why was
He made them
sad?
cry instead.
Why is he sad?
Because he misses his friends.
Why does he miss his
Evie,
friend?
let's just listen.
Why does he miss his friend?
Because sometimes that happens. One night in Paris, he made an entire audience cry. The theater manager was furious and ordered them off the stage. Meanwhile, at the house on East 88th Street, Mrs. Prim went about her work without her usual bright smile, and deep sighs could be heard coming from behind the newspaper Mr. Prim was reading. Every morning, Joshua anxiously awaited the arrival of the mailman in hope of receiving word from Lyle. One morning a letter did come. He knew the handwriting very well. Just a few words to say, we shall return. Cordially, Hector P. Valenti, former star of stage and screen. P.S. I am sick of crocodiles. P.P.S. and of the tears of crocodiles. Not too many days after, the Prims were delighted to find Hector P. Valenti and Lyle at their door. Here, take him back, said Signor Valenti. He is a no good. He will never make anyone laugh again. But Signor Valenti was very much mistaken. Everyone laughed and laughed and laughed. And in the end, so did Signor Valenti. So now, if you should happen to be walking past the house on East 88th Street, and if you should happen to hear sounds that go swish, swash, splash, swoosh, don't be surprised. It's only Lyle the crocodile.
I'll always remember that.
You'll always remember it, okay. All right, last book, and then it's nap time for some crazy person. Any guesses who? That one, that crazy person. Good Night, Little Blue Truck by Alice Schertle and Jill McElmurry.
That's a weird name.
Oh, a name you don't hear as much. I don't know, that's weird.
It's
Bumpity
a
bump.
weird name.
Down the road came Little Blue Truck with good friend Toad. Thunder crashing, lightning flashing, two good friends were homeward dashing. Such a wet and stormy night, their warm garage was a welcome sight. In they went and shut the door, but it wasn't very long before. Ma, said Goat, please, Little Blue, can I come in here with Toad and you?
And Blue's the truck and
Honk, said Ghost, don't care for lightning, stormy nights are a little bit frightening, honk. Moo, said Cow, can I come in too? I feel safer here with you. Quack, said Duck, there's quite a crowd, can I squeeze in, are ducks allowed? Oink, said Pig, is there room for me? I'm cold and wet, as I can be. Beep, 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 said Little Blue, there's room for you and you and you. Everybody gather round, thunder's such a grumbly sound. Clouds bump and tumble in the sky, but here inside we're warm and dry, and all the thirsty plants below will get a drink to help them grow. Close to Blue, over and under, they listened to the rain and thunder. Evie, honey, you might flip me and you and the chair. Let's stop hanging.
Why?
'Cause I can't balance it, buddy.
Why?
You can't, because you can't hang off me. It's not safe.
Wait.
Duck said loud as he could quack it, thunder's just a noisy racket,
Why
quack.
is trying to
Let's be safe, though. Eve, there are other ways to do it. Boom, said Goat. It isn't scary. I was not afraid, not very.
What a pig was.
Just a noise, said Pig. No wonder. I'm not scared of a little thunder.
Well, the pig was.
After a while, the clouds blew on. The night was still. The storm was gone. Goat said, we feel better, Blue. It's easy to be brave with you. Pig said, oink, I feel sleepy now. Let's all head home, said Cow. Beep, said Little Blue. Just hop inside. All aboard for the bedtime ride. The rain had stopped, and way up high, the moon was a smile in a starry sky.
And the sun is up.
Good night, Pig. Here's your pen. Good night, Duck. Good night, Hen. Good night, Goat. You're home now.
And remember, good night, Pig.
Good night, Goose. Good night, Cow.
Good night, Pig.
Horn went beep. Engine purred. Friendliest sounds you ever heard. Blue and Toad drove home together, two good friends in any weather. Toad lay down on his own small bed. Croak. Good night, Little Blue, he said. Blue gave one small sleepy beep. Then Little Blue Truck fell fast asleep. And we have survived another day of social distancing story time. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. You want to say bye, Sta? You want to say bye, Eve?
Bye-bye.
Oh, bye to Stasha's nose.
Bye. Oh, bye to Stasha's butt.
Oh, boy. Okay, let's press stop. Bye, guys.
Oh,